Hey, it's Andrzej on Software. Today I started working on a task which is about fixing a bug, basically. We have a front-end application which is based mostly on React and Redux. When it displays a list, it usually displays a list based on a read model from the server. And the read model is like specific to this UI to display what it needs to. And the current implementation, what I need to fix is that there is a list. You can click on any element and then you can click delete. And the current behavior is that even if there is a backend failure, we actually do remove the list on the front-end side. But it's only in memory, so when you refresh the page, it's still there. But still, it's incorrect, right? So the React approach here is with a React component, and we use Redux. So we have a set of reducers here. And the reducers return a new state based on some logic. And as part of the reducers, we do have ajax calls, like hard-coded in them, which is not the best approach here. Probably Redux Saga can be used, but this is what we have right now as the current state. So right now with the new behavior, the server can actually say, no, this can't be deleted, sorry. We have a new logic here. And what it means is that we have to deal with it. So one obvious approach is to deal with it in the reducer. When we send the ajax call, we can parse look at the response, and if it's a failure, we should return a state which is still containing the previous element. So, and then the state is displayed using React component. That's cool. But there is another approach too. So I'm still not sure which one I'm going to choose, but I just wanted to list the current options. Another option is kind of funky. It could be based on the fact that we can, given the current technologies, we can push information from the server to the client. So on the front end, we can actually keep the current behavior that it's actually removed from the list. And immediately after we have a server failure, we actually, from the server, we push information through the WebSockets to the front end. And on the front end, we can have something like a new action on the reducer, like restore the deleted item. So that's using WebSockets. That's unusual, but I'm pretty sure it can work. It's nice. It's an interesting approach because it turns the whole situation into like one direction calls. So the server doesn't really return data; it just calls the front end. That's one option. Another option here, and there is also another option. Like the front end can't really calculate whether this item can be removed or not because it's actually quite a complicated logic on the backend. But given that we display the list and the front end actually grabs the data from the backend, using a read model, the read model it should be something that is like specifically prepared to this view. And the read model is prepared on the backend somewhere. So it's like a cache always ready to be taken and it's super fast. So given that we have this requirement that some items can't be removed from the list when the logic says so, and the logic doesn't change that often, we can regenerate the read model, and we can say for each item we can have a flag saying can't be removed or can be removed. And then we shouldn't even allow deleting this item from the list, which probably could be even a better user experience here. And also from like code perspective, architecture perspective, this sounds pretty cool because we would reduce some unnecessary like calls and dealing with failures when it's like not needed exactly. And it's not like it's a heavy traffic application, so there is like not a problem of race conditions and so on usually. So it's actually quite, this is an easy task, so I'm not going to overthink it, but it's nice to see like what are the options here, and from the code perspective, from the user experience perspective, and then choose the best. I'm not sure what I'm going to choose yet, but I'm sure I will keep you informed. Thanks for listening.